Hey guys, Buddha here. I am going to be casting this 1v1. It is of the Red Terran here, Bomber, against none other than the Blue Protoss oGsMC, giving out the good luck, good game, Bomber replying. This is from the Dreamhack tournament that took place this weekend. I heard these games were great. I know the results, but I didn't actually get a chance to watch the MC versus Bomber game, so it will be a surprise for me as well. Although I know who ends up winning this series, so it will be best of 3. And this was, I don't know when it was in the tournament. I believe it might be round of 16. But I'm not too sure. You'll have to check on that. But without further ado, let's get started. The map will be GSL Crossfire, maybe not the official GSL version, but something close. And something very particular about this map is that there are a lot of narrow corridors and a lot of different attack routes. So siege tanks and Colossus are actually very effective at picking off units on the other ledge here. So if you place your army here, and a few siege tank or Colossus can actually shoot at on the other side without actually getting shot themselves. Now Bomber going for a 14 racks, as well as MC going for his 13 gateway, which is very standard here. No gas for Bomber just yet, and MC getting his assimilator at the normal time, so nothing too fishy here going on for any of these players. Now MC trying to harass this SCV just a little bit, but Bomber wisely, he knows that this will happen. He lets the barracks finish and the SCV will go scouting while MC actually looks at what's going on. Blocks the supply depot here. Nice little move by MC. I don't know if he actually knew that Bomber was going to place it there, but why not? Delays that just a bit. And during that time, MC getting his own Cybernex core and a second gas. Still no gas here from Bomber, so we might be seeing some kind of marine pressure followed by a fast expansion that will be thrown down in his base. Of course, he is already pulling those minerals in. So there goes the command center, and MC getting a lot of gas, so we might be seeing either a Stargate or a lot of sentries here, and to expand behind. And if it is going to be a Void Ray or Phoenixes, you don't usually actually see Void Rays or Phoenixes against the Terran players because Marines are so good against them. So it most likely will be some sentries coming out from MC, followed by a very fast expansion. And of course, he is already training his first sentry to get on the field. One Stalker making his way across the map. Stalker is very good against Marines because they can kite indefinitely against them. Stalkers do outrange and outrun Marines, so if you have great micro, you can actually shoot Marines while the Stalker never gets shot. You can do this against one Marine, but of course on the high ground he can't do much. Pokes up there, not taking any damage because those are only shields and they will regen very fast here, as you can see. Now the command center almost done for Bomber already, and 3 more barracks as well as double gas going down for MC. So we will be seeing his tech choice soon enough. He is opting to build 3 more Marines just to expo behind of this. Most likely will be throwing down the bunker just to be safe. And MC expanding, seeing that Bomber only has a few Marines up here, has to know that there is an expansion behind this, and will opt to go for his own expansion. Now 2 more gateways being thrown down by MC. A lot of gas, so you actually know that this army will be very sentry heavy. Sentries are very expensive on gas, 100 gas and 50 minerals. So very cheap on minerals, which allows you to actually be very safe behind an expansion and yet save the money for it. And of course with the force fields from these sentries, you can delay any attack for a very long time here. Now the bunker going up for Bomber, placing 4 Marines in there, a few Marines to back it up. A second orbital command at the National gives MC the possibility of 2 mules. Mules very good at getting that income up. And now you can actually see MC is just a bit ahead on Harvesters. That is because of the Chrono Boost ability that MC loves to use to get his macro up. But with those mules, the income is actually favoring the Terran by a lot here. Now, still no gas at MC's expansion. I guess he does not need that fast gas. A lot of sentries here for MC. He is very well known to have great force fields, and he decides to actually move out with just this army of sentries that is 7 sentries, 8 sentries, a stalker, 2 stalkers now warping in the first one, and he decides to put a bit of pressure here. But with these bunkers, they won't be able to do much, especially if a bomber actually pulls the MSCVs to repair those. There are a lot of Marines and a lot of Marauders. He needs to force field these, letting a few of them through. The bunker almost going down, but not quite. Now the SCV is trying to repair, going in front actually. MC has the opportunity to actually pick off all these SCVs here, not deciding to target them. And almost no losses for MC, did a tiny bit of damage and harassment, forces the SCVs to get pulled off and repair the bunkers. Always good damage here. Now MC actually pulling ahead quite a bit on the Harvester count, but with those mules, that income will rapidly favor Bomber here. Now 2 gases going down for MC. We will see his tech path, a robotics facility, most likely gonna go for Colossus right after this, unless he decides to go for a few Immortals before, because there are still some Marauders out on the field. Now Bomber will try and drop the main base. Where is he rallied? Yes, he will try and drop the main base, but will spot this pylon, which will help spot this drop, but MC will lose this pylon if Bomber decides to drop on it, or he might actually just go straight for the main. And there, a Twilight Console actually for MC. Very particular build here. He decided to get the Robo Facility and then the Twilight Console for Blink immediately. So not going to go into Colossus just yet. You can see Bomber stalling a bit on top of that pylon. Will drop it and kill it off, preventing MC from warping in anything on this side. But that allows MC to actually spot this drop and be very ready for it. So Bomber, I doubt he will actually even try to drop the main. 2 more medevacs actually coming in. So a big, huge drop coming here from Bomber. And MC actually knows about this drop because of this pylon, and he has his forces positioned perfectly to intercept them. So I don't know if this is actually going to work here. MC, no, he's actually pulling back his stalkers. Great, he's actually repositioning them. Now Bomber actually trying to go on the right side of the map, being a little sneaky, not gonna drop just yet. During that time, you can actually see weapons level 1 for both players, and finally the robotics support bay somewhere in the base of MC. There it is, the robotics bay. And 3 more gateways, so a lot of stalkers and some Colossus will be in store, ready to confront a Bomber's bio army. A very potent mix, because these Colossus actually do huge damage to all bio. Marauders though, very good against stalkers, of course, because they do that plus damage against armored, and stalkers are armored. But with all these force fields ready to split that army up, I have to say that MC will have a great army composition if he can only get these Colossus out. Now Bomber actually gonna engage before they come out. Very, very smart here. He really wants to confront this army before any Colossus are out. But he will have to be very decisive here, because all these force fields can and will split him in half. MC poking up there and blinking back. Now Bomber actually loading 2 medevacs, will get intercepted by MC. MC, great game sense here, and gonna pick off these 2 medevacs and killing a whole bunch of units. During that time, Bomber actually running down the ramp, lifting these injured units in the medevacs, and he does get away. That was a very close call on that medevac. It could have been picked off. Bomber losing a lot of units for absolutely nothing here. Now we see the income pad favoring Bomber quite a bit, not getting his 3rd base. It is almost up. he will probably fly it to the gold, because it is, let's face it, as easy to defend as the third one here. So that Terran player will go for the gold and probably put a planetary fortress here. Now MC going for his third base as well. So very even match here for both these players, but with that free damage that MC did and those Colossus about to pop out with the thermal lance, I have to give a small advantage to MC here. Even though he is slightly behind on economy, that third base will be up just before Bomber's base. Bomber actually deciding to get an orbital command here for an extra mule. He is running out of minerals in his main base, so he will have to take a third soon enough, but so is MC. Now, Bomber actually scanning the main, seeing the Templar archive, and he knows that Storm is coming. He knows Colossus are out. He knows exactly what kind of composition MC's army is made of. Now scanning in front to make sure nothing is there. These Stalkers a bit out of position, but they do have Blink, so they are able to retreat when they need to. That is the big advantage of Blink. You can easily retreat, and MC actually opting to go for very few Stalkers here after researching Blink. Now these Colossus will try and start picking off one Ghost actually. These Ghosts, 4 Ghosts might be able to EMP. Losing 2 Ghosts here, very not good, but MC losing 2 Colossus, very uncharacteristic of MC, leaving those Colossus very vulnerable in front, getting picked off for absolutely nothing. So Bomber now has free reign. Nice EMP, picking the shields off all those Zealots. Something he absolutely want to do, because those Zealots can tank huge damage, and now Bomber with the great stutter step will pick off this army, and MC in a lot of trouble here because he lost those 2 Colossus and allowed those AMPs. Now 2 Storms going on the rest of those that bio army. That was actually a hallucinated Colossus, and MC being able to thwart this away, but at what cost? He lost his entire army, and now Bomber is actually still on 2 base, flying his third one to the top right position here. I guess he plans on pushing on the left side. That is why he's putting it there. That way he can actually defend this third base while pushing and not be vulnerable to any kind of Link Stalker counterattacks. A very small group of units making their way across the map for MC here. 1 Archon is worked in with the support of that Colossus. Hopefully MC will be able to keep him safe this time. And 4 Vikings now out for Bomber, transferring all those SCVs to the third base, dropping all those mules. You will see that income skyrocket. Now 67 harvesters for MC and 70 harvesters for MC and 57 for Bomber. So MC is quite ahead on the harvester count, but look at those mules, bringing in 2,300 resources per minute compared to the 1,700 of MC's 73 workers. Now the main is almost fully mined out. Bomber will have to think about taking a 4th soon enough. Now big engagement here. These Stalkers have to pick off these Vikings if they can. These Vikings will do huge damage to the Colossus here. Nice EMP on these Templars, actually on the sentries, not using much. Nice EMP now, forcing 2 Archons to warp in, but MC's army is looking strong. He is pushing back Bomber, and now this third base is very, very vulnerable. MC can just push up here and transferring SCVs. They will all get picked off, especially by those Archons with the splash damage. You can see MC controlling that Archon and focusing down these SCVs because of that splash damage. Now that command center does go down, and MC is trapped on this little high ledge, but with this Bomber army, there he goes. Bomber actually GG's, and we will be going into game 2 of this series, so check it out, guys, and see you next time.